Uh, Hello, my name is Janet Rhodes, and I'm represented by Karen Middlestoke Management. I'm auditioning for the part of Rachel, and I will be performing a monologue from Why I Hate Alien vs. Predator by Ted Fagan. Alright, here we go.
When I was a 40-year-old boy, my oldest and most alive brother, Matt, told me that I had to watch Alien vs. Predator. I did not want to do this at all, and I told him so. In the end, he made me watch it, and it was probably even worse than I had expected. I want to watch this movie less now that I've seen it than I did before having viewed it. After insisting that I watch the movie, I protested. I balled my 40-year-old hands into gnarled fists, slammed them into my couch, and cried, "I don't wanna!" To my disappointment, my eldest brother was undeterred. His resolve was, perhaps, strengthened by my upset. I had been beaten, and my only course of action was to watch the movie and show him how it was truly and inarguably unacceptable. I set about my task. I will not take the time to explain this film to anyone. Not again. I already did that on a podcast recording, and that experience now exists only in a corner of my mind that I refuse to revisit, due to the unnatural and disrespectful nature of the movie's approach to content that was, in some instances, quite entertaining in the early works of the source material. My experience watching this movie was fully gut-wrenching. How could the glorious, nasty, and phallic alien designs of H.R. Geiger be turned into such uninteresting and quick-growing mockeries of his original creation? How is it that these predators are non-threatening? What was with the lack of amazing high fives that show the deep, toxic masculinity from which the original Predator movie was born? This movie upsets me. It was just bad enough that I fell asleep and had to watch part of it a second time. I may have made my brother watch a real clunker when I presented The Phantom, but this was done in retaliation. I cannot be held in contempt for this choice, because these are the terms under which my decision was made. To those who have enjoyed this movie, I challenge you to present to the world a reason why we are better as a species with this movie than we would be without it. This will be a very difficult task, and I do not envy anyone who would take this on. The only viable argument one could make is that it brings a long-running theme in comic books to the big screen. But this stance is inarguably offset by the glaring fact that anyone who is a real fan of this long-awaited crossover was overwhelmed with disappointment due to the lack of plot, and underwhelmed by the thrills that one looks for in these films. Now, for the paragraph that helps me reach the required word count, I will present a very useful point of irritation. This movie is called Alien vs. Predator, but this is not what the movie is about. There are many aliens and predators as well as humans. Should it not be called Aliens vs. Predators with a smattering of humans? Can't even get its title right. It could have been better if it had called itself The Dawn of the Rise of the Return of the Predators to the Planet of the Apes. In conclusion, Alien vs. Predator can eat my whole ass, but I don't think it has the gumption to do it. The aliens, predators, and humans were weak as hell. There are so many things that one can do with the short time we have on this planet, and I'm looking forward to never watching Alien vs. Predator ever again. While I'm glad that my assumptions about this movie turned out to be true, I don't think that this movie was worth watching. To those who have heard my conversation about this movie with my brother, who have not watched the movie, I hope that I have helped you make the right choice.
And scene. Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing from you.